Okay, so what we have here is part 2 of this 15 horsepower Johnson outboard. And what we have now is a very nice running outboard. We went through the ignition system and tested everything, and we ended up getting new spark plugs. We cleaned up all the terminals on everything. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. It's been running for a while now, so let me go ahead and shut this off so I can talk to you guys. Okay, so here we go. So as I said just a minute ago, what we have here now is a very nice running 15 horsepower Johnson Seahorse 1991 2-cycle. We went through the ignition system and cleaned up all the terminals to make sure we're getting the proper amount of power to everything. We've changed the spark plugs out. We took the carburetor off and rebuilt it. Basically, more or less cleaned it. Didn't really need any parts. Went ahead and what we did is we flushed this pivot point here, the steering pivot. All the nasty old grease was just dripping out of here, and went ahead and pumped. I think we went through 2.5 tubes of grease in order to start pumping fresh grease. You can see that's fresh. Everything that came out of there was so broken down and contaminated. It was about the color of the engine. Going back to that, we went ahead and drained the lower unit. We've been running it for a while now. I do have some oil here in this water, but what I need to get to the bottom of is if there was oil in this water jug to begin with, my submersible. If not, we need to get to the bottom of that. As I said, we went ahead and drained the lower unit. The oil in the lower unit didn't seem to have water in it, but it was gray, and it was odd. So we went ahead and flushed the lower unit and replaced the gear oil there. Going forward, other than finding out about that oil situation there, the only thing that needs to be done now is that this gear needs to be replaced, the starter gear. We're going to go ahead and order that, and we're going to order the bushing. You see this bushing down here? Kind of see it move with the throttle. That bushing is wore out, and getting a new one in place will help you to put this. It'll probably point to where it belongs. It's just wore out, no big deal, but we're going to go ahead and order those parts and get them in. This spring right here, the retaining spring for this, that kind of makes it fly up to, it goes up in order to push the flywheel. It keeps flying off of here, so we're not going to risk it. We're going to go ahead and order the gear set for this. It's chewed up, as it should be for a 1991. Like I said, it's definitely a well-used outboard, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and, as long as this oil issue here is not an issue from this engine, we will winterize it and fog down the cylinders and be done with it. We did take compression test. We got 75 psi on both cylinders. So that's going to be it for this one, unless we run into any issues that I feel are relevant to put out to help you guys out in any way, shape, or form. I did want to talk about the fuel cell for a minute. He has a 3-gallon cell here. I went ahead and got him a 6-gallon cell. We got to get the fittings for that so that he can use that 6-gallon cell and maybe use this for perhaps a spare. Oil gas ratio mixture 50-to-1 would be appropriate for this engine, so go ahead and keep that in mind. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.